Basically, what my team and I are charged with doing is figuring out ways to enrich the lives of little Canadians everywhere, and we usually have a lot of fun doing that. About 2 years ago, the CMF decided to build a new stream that you could propose to, which was called the experimental stream. And they actually allowed broadcasters to apply, which was very exciting because I'm sure you're aware the CBC is often facing all sorts of cutbacks. And we had recently just gone through that. So we decided that we would apply, and we had a very small team at the time, but we had some really very talented people. And most of them are here in this, well, a few of them are here in this room right now. And what we decided to do was apply to the CMF to come up with a series of 9 AR activities for preschoolers. So the first thing that we recognized with this fund was that you couldn't do anything with TV, which again was pretty exciting to a digital team because we thought, wow, we don't have to be led by what's going on the TV side of things. We can actually just dream up our own thing. And we of course recognize that one of the most important ways to, hook children in is with story. So we realized, well, we need to come up with a character, and we have to figure out, how is this character going to be compelling? And you'll see him in a minute, but we came up with a guy called Lion, who is our digital lead. And but we needed to still introduce him to kids and to parents, because the other opportunity we saw here was to think, well, we can create a space for intergenerational play and allow little people and their parents to, do something together. This AR, we've done a few mobile, or at least one interesting mobile app, but most of this is web-based. And what we decided to do was create the first one was all about story and allowing kids to just make up their own stories, try on different hats, much like Caitlin was talking about. We played around with that and introduced it over the holidays on our parents' site. And we knew that kids couldn't just access their webcams and start playing. They needed their parents' help, but we thought, well, you know what, we'll try and get them to interact together. So they could create a family story and then send it on to their friends and family later. One of my most favorite activities is something that is literacy-based, and it teaches kids to, write their letters. Then they'll show the camera the printing that they've just done, and then be able to augment and react with it or interact with it. So I'm going to show you now what we did. The first way that we decided to let our audience know, because we needed to, really educate the audience about what is AR and why should they get involved. So this is a little clip of what we did do on TV, which was to grab our audience by saying, preschoolers, you have to ask your parents to go onto the website, their site, and start to play. So this is a quick look clip here.
Over here. I'm about to play the Lions Letter Lab activity. It's on our parents' website at cbc.ca/parents. It's really well. How do you play it? Okay. Well, first you need a computer and a webcam. See, this is a webcam, and you can see us. See? Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Okay. Then you want to print off these word sheets. They have a word to trace and a picture. And you see this one. This has a picture of a bee on it, and inside the dark box are the letters B, E, E. That spells bee.
Whoa, Patty, I think I need my glasses, but those letters are really hard for me to see.
Oh, well, that's because we need to trace them.
What?
So you want to get a marker, and it's best to use a dark colored marker. Okay, then we're going to trace the letters as best we can. You ready?
I'm ready. I was born ready.
Okay, here we go. Let's start. Try and stay on those lines. Then E. And And we have two E's.
Amazing.
Now we're going to find out what Lion thinks of it. And to do that, you need to use your webcam and show Lion your picture. But you have to put it in just the right spot. Let's try here and watch.
Patty, the letters that came to life. And it spelled B. And look, there's a B. Right there flying around. This is amazing. I want to touch it.
No. What you can do is if you pass your hand over the word box.
Yeah?
And listen carefully.
Patty, the B is buzzing. It's buzzing.
Yeah, and there's lots of other words you can print off and trace. Just go to our website, cbc.ca/parents, to play.
Well, really? You know what, Patty? Hand over that marker because I want to play. All right, Lion, get ready because my word skills are going to blow your mind.
Okay, do you want ant or car? Remember, Lion's Letter Lab at cbc.ca/parents.
The car.
The car, okay.
The ant.
The ant.
No, the car.
So this is the way we bridged basically our audience from television over to the web, because Mama, who is the yam, Mama Yama is a lovable yam who lives in Kensington Market, and Patty are two television hosts that kids adore. So we asked them, of course, to invite kids to play. When you get to the website, you meet Lion, and then he basically walks you through each of the activities that, we have numeracy-based activities. This is obviously literacy. We have some music, and we have Imagine a Play, storytelling, and he walks them through. There's a different story for each type of activity that Lion helps the kids play. So that's kind of where we're at. What we're hoping to do next is, as you may have heard, the CBC now has been granted the rights to cover the Olympics again. And so Scott Russell is really large in that picture, but we're aware of that. So this is just a some concept art that we included in our next proposal to the CMF. We figure we've waited a couple of years. We've been busy building this, but now we'd like to get involved in some work with school-age kids. So we're going to, we're hoping we get funded. What we want to do is create a social space that allows kids to use AR in a different way now. We're going to use some second screen technology. We're going to allow kids to really be inspired by the athletes. So we're always wrapping whatever it is we're building around content and a compelling story. And in this case, we figure with all the momentum and excitement around the Olympic fever that we hope will hit Canada when we start to broadcast, that we needed to bring something to kids. We looked at the BBC's work in covering the Olympics, and it was great. They did some really neat things, but they didn't bring it to a children's audience. They did cover it in a BBC children's news site, but they didn't really speak to them at their level and say, all of this that's happening can be told to you, and you can get involved. So we want them to have access to the athletes. There's a number of different ways that we'll do that. It'll be webcasting with our own new sportscaster, who will also play to a variety of different events by asking kids to pick up their second screen or their second device and interact, and maybe see how that athlete has taken a slap shot or whatever to move him around and look at that. So that's where we see ourselves going the next little while, if CMF likes what we've proposed. And then finally, to talk about what's going to happen in the future. It's in many ways hard to predict, but I'm sure you've all seen that Corning glass video. But when we were thinking about what can we do this time that would be fun to explore and experimental, we really wanted to think of ways to have kids get up and move. The whole idea behind this next proposal is about inspiring kids to really move. in talking with CBC Sports and the COC, they really feel that there's, a problem in our future. We may not have enough Olympians to bring to the Olympics in the next few years. So I guess our challenge is, well, why not figure out a way to use technology, which kids are so immersed in, and because they're early adopters, why not say, hey, get them up and move? And it would be so fantastic to use something like this that's, a way to really have them move about a space and have things happen. I think that is coming, but I think if we could do it right now, we'd certainly like to. So maybe there's a few people in the room that can help us with that. But yeah, I think that's it.